And it has finally come to an end. The Tennessee Titans have finally signed Tyler Boyd. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Titans Rundown. I am your host, Micah McCamey. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Tyler Boyd and what that means for the Tennessee Titans. We're going to be talking about the need for a safety that is still very important, as much as people may block that out of their memory now that we've signed a slot receiver. And we're also going to talk about some other things. And I'm really excited to get into today's episode. But first, I've got to make this announcement, just because I feel like that it would feel weird if I went into this. I'm not too sure how long this video is going to be. But if y'all saw like a 10-minute episode, y'all would probably be confused. But that's because now, instead of trying to stretch my videos out to 20 minutes, because I felt like that sometimes I felt like I was forcing it, now I am going to be recording for as long as the episode requires. Some episodes could be 5 minutes, some episodes could be 50 minutes. And, the latter's probably not going to happen that much, but, like, you get what I'm saying. Like, some episodes are not going to be as long. Some episodes are going to be a lot longer, stuff like that. So I just want to let y'all know that ahead of time. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's get into today's episode, starting out with just a small thing that I found kind of funny. So the Kentucky Derby happened recently, and I'm not a horse racing fan. I don't watch the Kentucky Derby, honestly. If I'm being honest with you, I think I was either watching a UFL game or I was watching NBA basketball, but I was not watching the Kentucky Derby. I didn't even know it was happening the day that it did end up happening. So, I saw this stuff on Twitter, and I'll be honest, I didn't know that celebrities actually went to this type of stuff. So I was looking on Twitter and whatnot, and I'm seeing all these outfits and whatnot, and then I see my boy Will Levis's outfit. Holy cow, what was going on there, brother? Like, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying it was like absolutely, it was so fly and whatnot, Like, it looked amazing, honestly. Like, I was completely shocked, Like, I was expecting him to come in with like something casual and whatnot. He looks like he looks like he's from the 1930s. Like, hey, babe, you better hit this one out of the park, son, or else, you're gonna ruin my bed and whatnot, Like, he seems like that type of dude, Like, he doesn't seem like he didn't look like an NFL player, to say the least, So I just thought I'd get that out of the way. I don't have a picture as of right now, so my apologies for that. But, I just wanted to say that because I just found that really funny. But anyway, moving on. Obviously, I got to get to this main encore. Tyler Boyd is a Tennessee Titan. Let me tell you, whenever this changes a lot, this changes a lot. Like, we had a really good receiver duo, that, both guys could play very well on the outside, They could end up running some nice routes and whatnot, but we didn't have a third guy. Nobody had emerged yet. Like, I know that there are some fans of Treylon. There are some fans of, what's his name? Kyle Phillips. Like, I know that there are a lot of fans of all of those dudes, but that does not mean that any of those dudes were 100% ready to take on the slot receiver position. I'm a big fan of Jaquan Jackson myself, but is he ready to be the slot receiver for this team? Heck to the no. He's got to at least get a year or two under his belt before I can say that. So this was a desperate need. We needed a slot receiver. And the big thing about this slot receiver is that he's actually kind of big. I feel like that usually most slot receivers are like tiny speed demons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're usually able to run the deep route pretty easily. So, I feel like that's a little bit of an advantage to have a receiver that is like that's like somewhat taller compared to other slot receivers, but also still has some of that speed. Like, now here's the thing. Obviously, he did not light up the world last year. He had like 680 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, that's obviously not some type of insane stat line where it's just like, yeah, this dude is insane, woo, I'm really hype about this. But like, he is, with that stat line, he's a good enough wide receiver 3. Like, he doesn't even, like, if he can put up like 500, 600 yards like he did last year, that's perfectly fine. Like, I think that is a great thing for this team to have. And he's a veteran presence. And don't forget about the fact that he played for Brian Callahan last year and the year before that. And every year that he was in Cincinnati, Tyler Boyd was there. So let's not forget about that whenever we're talking about how good of a signing this is. And obviously, like, I find this kind of funny, honestly. So, I look on Twitter and whatnot. Now people are starting to respect us. Now people are just like, oh, yeah, these guys could contend for the division. Like, out of nowhere. Like, because we signed Tyler Boyd. Like, I find that so funny because, like, we made, like, splashy moves with, like, Calvin Ridley. We signed Tony Pollard. I know that one's not that great. Lloyd Cushenberry. J.C. Latham. L'Jarius Sneed, one of the best defensive backs in the NFL. And then we just signed Tyler Boyd. And everybody's just like, oh, yep, these guys can go 10-7, 11-6, can maybe sneak into the wild card round. Like, I hear all this and I'm just like, what? I mean, I think that's mostly just because, like, everybody was, like, on the edge of saying it and they just wanted to see, like, one more move by the Titans front office to be like, yes, this is a team that can contend. So, I just find that quite funny. So, anyway, now we move on after the Tyler Boyd situation, which, is obviously very good. A lot of people were very excited about it from what I could tell in my social, my social group and whatnot. So, I'm excited about it. Like, it's like an A- signing, quite honestly. Oh, yeah, also, free agency recap is going to be coming up in a few weeks, but yeah, y'all don't want to hear about that. So I'm going to move on now to the next segment. So, like, what are we doing at safety? Like, we have a money hooker. He's great, and we obviously have, like, one of the best cornerback trios in the NFL. Like, unlike what I said in the short yesterday with our receiver trio, like, I know that a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, top 10, but it's not like top 5 or over the top. Like, that's the exact opposite of with our defensive back group. All three of our cornerbacks are locked down. Like, Roger McCreary, one of the most underrated nickel corners in the NFL. And who else is there? Chidobe Awuzie, one of the better cornerback twos in the NFL. Then there's also, again, L'Jarius Sneed, who may be the best cornerback one in the NFL right now by a landslide. Okay, maybe not by a landslide. There are still other people like Marlon Humphrey who still produce at a consistent level. But, like, you get what I'm saying. Like, it's a very good cornerback group. But we have a money hooker. That's great. But we do not have another safety to go along with him. I like Elijah Molden. I think that he's a fine player. He's not, like, anything insane, but he's pretty good. But, like, we cannot go in. He's the obvious weak link of the secondary. So we can't go into next year thinking, oh, yeah, Elijah Molden going to be completely fine, not going to drag down the secondary at all. Like, we got to go get, like, a veteran of some sorts. Which brings me to the two veterans that we could go get. Are we going to go get Marcus May or are we going to go get Justin Simmons? Now, this one I've been back and forth on a lot. Don't get me wrong, because, like, it's just like, oh, well, we have this guy who fits in better, and we got this guy who's just the better player in general, aka Justin Simmons, Marcus May. So, I'll be honest, I'm leaning towards Marcus May. Like, I really like Justin Simmons, don't get me wrong, but I'll be honest, I know that, I feel like that Justin Simmons is slowly starting to, like, decline, while I feel like Marcus May is still a pretty good safety, and I feel like that there's a lot of mutual interest there, so that's just my personal opinion on the cornerbacks, though. So, if y'all have a different opinion on what the safety should be between Justin Simmons and Marcus May, let me know down in the comments section, because that's something that I'm very willing to have, open. I'm open to changing my mind a little bit. Anyway, now we move on to a couple of more, like, minor segments before we wrap up the episode. Like, see, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a shorter episode. Like, my gosh. Okay, so, first off, rookie minicamp is coming up soon. it's coming up this weekend. And even though during day one of it, I'll probably be in a movie theater going to see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm so excited for that movie. But anyway, like I was saying, even though I'm probably going to be in a movie theater, I'm still hype for rookie minicamp to start. I'm not too sure, have they said who's going to be, a quarterback at that thing? Because, I'm not too sure. So, I'm very excited for that. I can't wait to see, what all the rookies do. What is Latham going to do? What is Jaquan Jackson going to do? What is Cedric Gray going to do? I think Cedric Gray is really going to stand out in this rookie minicamp, kind of like what Will Levis did last year in rookie minicamp. So, that's just my personal opinion. But, again, if y'all think different, let me know in the comments. But also, I have this as schedule reveal tomorrow, but your boy did not do enough research on this because it said that it could be May 9th, but they're not too sure if it's going to be May 9th. So I take that back. How about this? I'm very excited, though. The schedule is going to be releasing sometime within the next week or two. And I am, honestly, I cannot wait to see how each game plays out. And I'm telling you, if we do not have a week 1 home game, we riot, all right? This is the most exciting that the Titans have been since probably the AJ Brown days. Maybe even during the pandemic, honestly, because I know that not that many people were excited for the 2021-2022 season. So, I feel like this is the most excitement that we've had in a couple of years, and I feel like it would be very unfair if everybody treated it like, oh, they should play an away game. Also, I don't want to watch it on TV. I want to be there in person because I know that the buzz, if we have a home game week 1, is going to be absolutely phenomenal in the stadium. Maybe not divisional round phenomenal, whatever it was, at least hype, but something that's better than what the usual home games are. Y'all probably heard Locked On Titans say this. That stadium is like a retirement home. So, honestly, I just want to see us, do something a little bit more than just sit down and watch and maybe be like I want us to be up on our feet, excited, ready to see this team take on the world. I'm really excited to see how the home crowd reacts. So, I'm just really excited. Oh, anyway, that's all. That's today's episode. So I have Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. They're all under @TheTitansRundown. So if y'all want to go check those out, those will be set in a link in the description. And for anyone that's listening over podcasting, I have my YouTube in the description. It's kind of like all of my other social media websites, but all just meshed into one. So if y'all want to go check that out, that's also cool. So anyway, that's going to do it all for me. This has been a rundown of your Tennessee Titans. I love y'all, and tighten up.